Greetings, fellow Earthlings. I rearranged where I was shooting the video, so I'm shooting against this wall. Not sure if I like it. The wall's so close to me here. I was right over there before, and there was some depth, some space behind me. I had the map and the picture and the Harry Potter poster. I'm not sure if this one works. I switched it here because the light's right there, but it creates kind of a shadow thing, which is interesting. The reason I switched it for the lighting is because tomorrow I have an interview over the computer with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is a pretty crazy call to get, and I mentioned that in an earlier video that I applied because I sent out a thing for West Michigan Mensa, and I'd emailed in that maybe I would be good because I've got an interesting backstory about joining a IQ society, and they emailed me back. I was surprised at that, and they called me. I'm surprised at that. So we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I'm sure we're still pretty early in that process, and obviously I've pursued many things that have fallen through, but it's cool. It's super interesting. And actually, what I should do is follow up with D. Montfort. I've mentioned that before too, that writing program where they pay you monthly to write a novel full time, and they said it could be up to 2 weeks. I should look at what the date is on that and follow up with that. So yeah, I just remember that. Anyways, I was fixing the lawnmower today, the riding lawnmower. The clutch was not engaging the transmission correctly, and I jack it up in the grass, get underneath it, take off the wheel, and reach under there and oil some things up and whatnot to get it working, and jacked up my neck a little bit. And it's those types of things that do it, because if I'm controlled, if I'm lightweight, stuff like that, it's not so much. But if I'm like reaching for something, then I have to grab something and pull hard with just one arm in kind of an odd position, it like throws it off. Perfectly wrong time. I want to be firing in all cylinders this week because I have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tomorrow, the interview, and they're going to ask me questions, so it's a test. So I'd arranged to have an appointment tomorrow, like a super fast emergency appointment, and hopefully that'll help. It probably should help. And tomorrow, my friend was supposed to come over, John, who's working on getting me a computer, which a used computer, but a new computer for me, which would be very cool because my laptop is held together with electrical tape here. So we'll see how that goes, and because I might have to move that until Wednesday or something like that. Also, you might be able to see a little redness. I'm not sure if I like this angle for the lighting or not, but like my forehead's a little red. That's because I went to yesterday, the day before, man, sometime over the weekend, must be yesterday, went to Ben and Alyssa's house, and they were having the birthday party for Grace and Junior, and that was a lot of fun. A bunch of people were there. It was quite fun, but it was a little cloudy, so I didn't notice the sun so much that was beating at me. It came home, and Mom's like, "Oh man, you got some sun. You're pretty red." And I usually peel. I don't want to peel because I have a wedding that I'm officiating at the end of the week, so I don't want to be peeling. And before I used to use aloe, which would make it feel a little bit better, but doesn't really seem to help with the healing. And I went and checked some out at the store, and they all have like lidocaine and stuff in them, like painkillers. I don't want any of that painkiller stuff in me. And Mom has some vitamin E cream, so I tried that, and I have to put some on again after this. And it seems to have helped overnight with me hopefully recovering and my skin not peeling. Maybe it'll tan. How crazy would that be? Have a tan. That would be cool. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll have to put more on after this. And I've been practicing for the wedding, which, I've done a lot of public speaking, but this will be my first officiating of a wedding. So it's a little bit different because there's a very specific schedule and pace to it. And I'm not the only one on stage. You have quite a few moving pieces and quite a few different little sections. So I've been working on that, and that'll be good. And I took my suit in to Men's Warehouse because I got these suits from my Uncle Jim, which are nice, and the pants and the vest fit good now. And the suit's a little loose because, I've gone from like a few months ago from like 230, 235 pounds, and I really started experimenting with food and figuring out that I'm basically having an allergic reaction to a bunch of food I was eating, including, all sorts of stuff: carrots, apples, chicken, eggs, went all stuff I like, all stuff I ate quite often. And so as I've eliminated all of that, I've felt quite a bit better. And I think my hormones are getting more under control. Now, I don't check my blood pressure and heart rate too often because it just seems kind of pointless because they're pretty consistently high. But the last time I checked my blood pressure a couple of days ago, it was pretty good. It wasn't 120 over 80, but it was like 130 over 90 or something. It wasn't too bad, and my heart rate was 90 something, like mid 90s, so under 100. So bad compared to normal people, not too bad compared to me. Definitely not where I want to be, but not super horrible. And then my weight went from 230, 235. I'm down to like 185 now. And I'll probably keep going down because I've got a decent amount of flab on me. My hormones were just so jacked up there for a while. There's actually this really old book called the Type A, Type B diet that says that eating issues and weight gain issues and a lot of health issues are actually because people are having minor allergic reactions to some of the food they're eating. And mine were not particularly minor, oddly enough. And what I'm going to do is the cheat day. I think I've talked about this before. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday I'll hit 14 days, and then I won't eat anything different that day. I'll probably wait until the weekend, and then maybe me and Mom will go to like a chocolate shop. And I mean, we've got some of the best chocolate in the world. Fortunata #4 at Patricia's Chocolate right in Grand Haven. So 17 places in the world sell it. It's really good, and it's really expensive and really small, but they do have some cheaper chocolate, although they don't have cheap chocolate. But maybe we'll do something like that, and I have to kind of test what I can cheat on and not feel too bad for not too long. So that's a whole new experiment that I'm embarking on here. I've only done it one time and it didn't turn out well, so that's an interesting experiment. And then exercise-wise, I'm changing it up this week, something I've been thinking about for like a month, and that's to up my weight. Which I did today, which did not hurt my neck. It was several hours later when I was messing with the lawnmower that I kinked my neck. But I moved from 3-pound hammers. I'll have to bring them out here sometime. They're in a different room, so I don't want to run and grab them. I'm moving from 3-pound hammers to 6-pound hammers. And I was wondering if that's going to be a little bit too much of a jump, but I really don't want to buy 4s and then 5s and then 6s because I got cheap ones, but they're still like little sledgehammers. They're not incredibly cheap, and I have to have 2 of the same. I can't pick up like used ones at garage sales or anything. Otherwise, that would be weird. It just wouldn't work. So I got 2 6-pound one-hand sledgehammers total for $50. So that's not bad, but I don't want to spend 50 for 4s and then 50 for 5s and 50. Anyways, I jumped up to 6. And I tried it out today, and it actually went pretty darn well. I was afraid of the weight being too much, and that's what I have to watch the weight being too much. That's why I'm working out with really light weights, and then I have to be very controlled in my motions and do certain motions. I can't get off to the side. I don't twist. I don't do anything crazy. So very controlled with light weight seems to be working pretty darn good. Anyways, lots of stuff going on. I mean, lots of stuff. It's crazy. Life is kind of a chaotic thing. Anyways, I forgot to write this down in my notes for what I'm going to discuss. Otherwise, I forget stuff. I get off on tangents. But this is an important one. I'm negotiating with the one company to get paid more for teaching, which I do most of my hours through. And so I was making $16 an hour through them. I have them up to offering me $19 an hour right now. I was really shooting for like 25. I'm hoping I can get them up to at least 20, and that would be good. Now it's not so simple because it's just hours that I'm actually with students, just time with students that I get paid that amount. So 16 now 20. Then if I'm on contract time and I'm waiting, I get paid half time. If I sign up for hours but no kids sign up for me, then I don't get paid anything for that because I don't have any clients that I'm working with. So it can fluctuate. And I work from about 6 to 10 every morning. Actually, it's either 6 to 9:12 or 6 to 9:44 every morning. And because those are the hours that the kids want to do it because they're 12 hours away in China right now until daylight savings time. anyways, it's been interesting. I've never really in my life, I haven't ever made a habit of asking for promotions. Actually, I've turned down a bunch of promotions, and I've never made a habit of asking for raises. Actually, I don't think I've ever asked for a raise in my life. So it's a little bit different, and I'm pushing quite hard. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, but increasing the money would definitely help. I'm getting called by credit collectors. First time in my life, my credit score way down, right? Like 620, 621, I think, technically, last time I checked. And I couldn't do anything to raise it. I made all my payments on time and in full. And, they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, like, I have to, my computer's falling apart, my car's falling apart, which bought that Lincoln, got super good deal, kind of lucky on that one. I bought that thing for $700. I have to get brakes and rotors for it still, and I need tires by the end of summer, but still amazing deal. And shoes, my boots are blown out, and I've got these bills, and I can't make all the bills. And then the threat, I guess, of not paying it is that my credit's going to be horrible. Credit's horrible anyways. You trashed my credit before I had any issues with paying it. Really weird incentive-wise, because I don't see how that makes sense. But anyways, a lot of stuff going on. Like defaulting on that, buying a car, possibly getting a computer from someone else, a wedding that I'm officiating this weekend, and an interview with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tomorrow. Just all over the place, which I kind of like. I used to be able to keep up with it better. Now I've struggled with it some, but when I can, I definitely like doing a lot of different stuff. It's kind of fun. Probably not the best success strategy. It's probably focus more, which I need to work on a bit. Anyways, fun week, basically. That's what I'm saying. Crazy week. Really interesting, energetic. So until next time, this is Jeff signing off.